when Republicans say this kind of stuff, it does not resonate with normal people, and you seem crazy. And Donald Trump went out there on stage, got laughed at by the entire nation, and then, Michael, you come on here and you do the exact same thing. So please, triple down on this, quadruple down on this, make this election a referendum on this bogus notion that women are executing their babies after they're born. I beg of you, we'll see how that works out.
Okay.
Well, Brian, just to respond briefly, Brian, all I did was refer to the law that Kamala Harris's running mate passed as the governor of Minnesota, the position that he currently holds. So, if you think that sounds crazy or wild, or I don't know what to tell you, then I suppose we're living in different countries. I think Cenk made a much better point than Brian just made. And Cenk's point was that Americans want change. They don't like the status quo. And I think that's absolutely true. And I do think this was the missed opportunity of the debate. The status quo is Kamala Harris.
Right.
She's the vice president. She's been imbued with presidential authority on immigration and other issues. So the change agent is Donald Trump here. That's what the debate's got to be about. That's what the election focus has to be about.
But actually, most viewers would have had the complete opposite impression. I mean, somehow, miraculously, Cenk, I thought Kamala Harris managed to present herself as the change option here, given the fact she's been VP for only 4 years, is extraordinary.
So we had the debate. I don't know if you guys watched. I don't know if you guys liked it. You disliked it. The debate is now opening up room for the new topic of debating over the debate. And now we have chunky yogurt, as you guys like to say, Tommy Loren, Michael Knowles, Piers Morgan, and I don't know who this other guy is, all debating over the debate.
Shapiro, your great friend, tweeted this. This debate won't matter. The American people still know nothing about Kamala Harris's positions. Donald Trump is still Donald Trump, and the legacy media are still a giant flaming dog turd.
Okay, so first of all, I'm enjoying everybody saying that I'm right. Thank you, guys. So in this debate, Kamala Harris, the right wing is saying, manipulated Donald Trump into being dumb and saying dumb things. Well, what does that tell you about Donald Trump?
Nobody's saying that.
Really, guys, you
Nobody's
know it too
saying
if you're a right-winger. He got manipulated that easily. He's such a spoiled little child. The minute you mention his toy, which is the rallies, he's like, no, my rallies are bigger than your rallies. Come on, you're running for president, brother. Be a little bit bigger than that. But he can't help himself. He's a tiny, weak man. That's why he was baited so easily. His mind is weak. So, look, as,
What? You guys, I do not have I don't know what the hell this whole fucking thing is with the size of the turnouts of the campaign trail. I don't understand it. I don't get why there's so much hype around it. Maybe I'm the one who's just stupid, but I see this all the time on social media. Harry Sisson, little soy boy. Oh, look at nobody's turned up at the Trump rally. This is so pathetic. Really, it's because it was 5 hours before the Trump rally was, even about to start. And then the same thing with the right wing. They're like, look at nobody shows up at Kamala Harris's rally. And then it's true, actually, nobody shows up. And so now we're talking about how Donald Trump got manipulated and said the facts. I'm so confused. He literally said the truth. He said the truth, that more people come to his rally than yours. And Chunky Yogurt over here is saying that he's a weak little spoiled brat because of that. What? I don't get it.
The conservatives here talking about post-birth abortion. Really, name one case in the entire country where a woman had a baby and then executed it, and the state said, oh, that's totally okay. We allow post-birth abortions.
There were 8 cases.
You can't name one case because it's never happened, and you guys sound absolutely nuts when you say it. So I agree with Brian. Keep saying nuts-so things. In fact, hold on, I'm not done yet. Hold on. And then now they're attacking the moderators.
8 times. He said there's 8 times. Damn. Imagine saying there's not a single time that happened. And he says there's 8 times. And then Chunky just wants to evade that over here. What the heck?
Attacking the moderators is so weak. First of all, there's no crying in politics. So when you cry about the moderators, you're just telling everybody we lost the debate. Thank you for admitting it. Second of all, now some right-wing media loons are talking about arresting the ABC moderators and shutting down ABC. Okay, do you know how pathetic and unhinged you sound when you make statements like that? First of all, what happened to free press? I thought you guys were in favor of free speech. All of a sudden, when your feelings get hurt, shut down the whole network, arrest it. What happened to...
Dude, drop names. Drop names. You can't just say some random anonymous X account with 42 followers is calling for this, and so that's somehow now what the GOP and people on the right stand for. This is pathetic arguments. This is so ridiculous. I don't know anybody who said that this was worthy of people being arrested and put into jail. I don't. Is it true that, yeah, the moderators are not on our side, and so it's going to be 2 against 1? Absolutely. Everybody with a freaking brain can put that together, okay? Nobody is legitimately calling for the arrest because of the biasy. What the hell are you talking? This is just like brain rot content over here.
Cancel culture. Okay, so look, guys, if you don't want people to think you're going to be nuts and dictatorial, don't say things like, we're going to arrest debate moderators for doing fact checks.
Okay.
And don't say that people are eating cats and dogs and they're cannibals, as Michael said. What are you talking about? Look, anyway, Brian's right. Keep
Katie
going,
has
guys.
rampant
Keep
All right,
saying
let me
nuts and
bring
stuff.
That's
let
why
me
we're
bring
handing the
in
election
liberal
to us.
media.
let me bring
You're
Tommy in,
handing
because
it to us.
I thought this was an important part as well. This is when Kamala Harris talked about Vladimir Putin and said that Putin would eat Trump for lunch. Let's take a look at this.
What you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
Now, Tommy, it's interesting because Trump has always presented himself as the strong man on the world stage. And you're looking at these 2 candidates last night and thinking, which one would be a more effective, powerful commander-in-chief? What did you think of that exchange? Was Trump robust enough in going back at Kamala Harris? It seemed to me like she kept jabbing him with stuff like that, and he wasn't really coming back hard.
Well, there's no doubt that this was very choreographed by the Kamala Harris team, and she did an excellent job executing that performance. It was an act, and she did a great job. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that she didn't. She knew exactly what to say, and she knew exactly how to say it to get Donald Trump to say the lines that the American people are sick of hearing. The American people didn't want to hear him say anything nice about Putin because the Russia, we've been through this before. I don't know why he took that bait. All he would have had to say is, listen, in my administration, I defeated ISIS in the caliphate. There were no new wars. There was no incursion by Russia into Ukraine, as there were during the Obama administration and certainly during the Biden administration. He could have doubled down on his discussion of China and how he really put China on its heels. He could have said all of those things, how he bankrupted Iran, which he did to an extent, but he could have hammered down on those more. Unfortunately, he took the bait.
Took the bait? Comment down below why American resources should be used to fight Russia. Why American lives should be spent. Why American resources should be spent. Why Americans' time and energy should be spent to fight Vladimir Putin. Drop it down below. Comment that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I've never gotten it. It doesn't make sense to me. Because he's a dictator, we're going to go and fight him? Okay, what? There was a trans person at the White House showing his breasts. He got fake breasts and he pulled them out and he showed them at the White House under Biden. And we want to talk about Vladimir Putin? We have millions of people crossing the border. Alarming rates coming across the border. And we want to talk about Vladimir Putin? We want to use our time and energy for Vladimir Putin? Really? Homelessness, poverty, the economy is so messed up. People are looking at their bank statements and they're in fear of if they're going to be able to feed their families, pay the mortgage on their house. And then they look at their neighborhood and they see Juan and his entire family down the street, and Juan sounds Mexican. It's not even Mexicans at this point. You live in Ohio and you see a Haitian down the street, 12 people in the house. They can afford their mortgage payment. They can afford their rent because they have so many people, not to mention the squatters. Now we have squatters coming in. You put your house up for rent. People just take it over. Let's not play this whole game where we're so concerned about what's going on with Russia. Stop. I hate this, okay? I look at America, I look at my community, I go outside, I go to retail stores, I go to the mall. You know what I see? I see mental illness everywhere. I see people who don't speak my language everywhere. I see people who don't look like me everywhere, don't share my values everywhere. That's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the fact that I go into a store in America and they don't speak good English. That's concerning to me, okay? That I feel like my country is being taken from foreigners. Say what you want about Putin, okay? Say what you want. I don't care. But you know what I do care about, all right? I care about those things. And I think all of Americans care about those things more than Putin. You can't blame all of this shit on Putin. You can't. I'm sorry. So go ahead and drop the reasons why we should hate Putin below. And then after you listen to this, tell me if they're really real reasons why we should use American resources on that, when we have so much more problems that take urgency over that. So many more problems. And listen, people love Trump because of those stimulus checks. Imagine how much more money the American people could have. How much of a better future your children, our children could have if we weren't spending so much money and using so many resources to fight Putin. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Let me know in the comments down below. See you in the next one. Goodbye.